big day here at Rosehill, likely to rewrite the record books. There's the light. Stand by for a break. First of the day at Rosehill, and the gates clang back. They're off. Northern Eyes out wide. Jump well together with Saturnus. Baron Gary's pretty handy. Now, Dusty Bay wasn't great out, but it's darting through, and it's having a serious bite for the leaders. My Far Lady improves its position. Followed by Tender Eyes on the outside of Cosmic Avenger, and Baron Gary's caught midfield and a bit deep. In advance of Tartana, My Far Lady. Further back, Coyote being snatched up. Then came Wild Thoughts from Alapicanto. Bella Khadijah and Kingston Charm, the last one. 1,000 out. Took a little while, but Dusty Bay got the front where Dusty loves it, so Ben Thompson has it a length clear. Northern Eyes got over to second. Saturnus well positioned in third. Half the outside to My Far Lady. 2 for the back to Cosmic Avenger on the inside of Tender Eyes. Baron Gary in a 3-wide path midfield. In advance of Tartana, then came a Jeter on the rails. Further back to Coyote, Wild Thoughts, Alapicanto, Bella Khadijah and Kingston Charm. 600 out. Dusty Bay a length clear. Northern Eyes does the chasing. Well positioned behind them, Saturnus, followed by My Far Lady just easing deeper. Cosmic Avengers coming away from the rails, then Tender Eyes into the straight. Dusty Bay a good leader by 2 on Northern Eyes, then Saturnus, My Far Lady. A gap back to Cosmic Avenger, Tender Eyes. Ajita's going down to the rails, making ground. My Far Lady moved up at the 200, poked the head in front from Dusty Bay. Cosmic Avengers running on together with Tender Eyes the outside. Tender Eyes is lifting. Baron Gary gets going late. Baron Gary, that's been a win. Baron Gary knocked off Tender Eyes and My Far Lady. Then Wild Thoughts, followed by Jeter. Then came Saturnus, Cosmic Avenger, who had their chances. Dusty Bay got tired, then Kingston Charm, Northern Eyes, Bella Khadijah, Alapicanto, Coyote and Tartana.
Baron Gary, Joe Eibel has won the first, the Midway. He's got Queensland Derby aspirations for this 3-year-old who wins his second race from just 4 starts, hits the line, beats Tender Eyes and My Far Lady. 14, Zach Lloyd on the board early. He'll ride Guest House in the Slipper later today, and Joe Eibel, a big moment for him, winning the first on Slipper Day. Tender Eyes, Alicia Collett, Gary Portelli, My Far Lady, Chad Schofield, Richard and Will Friedman.
He's obviously a very nice horse. Not easy to do, just go to a maiden at your 4th start and then come to a Midway and do that. So he's obviously a really nice horse in the making to do what he did, and it's all upside with him. So very, very likeable. And he's still raw. He's just changing legs a few times there. He's very raw. Tender Eyes whacked away well, as did My Far Lady, who seemed to have her chance, and a much better run there from Wild Thoughts. So, but all honours, the winner. It could be the start of we talk about McDonald. It could be a start for Zach Lloyd. He's got some marvellous rides here today as well.
Totally agree with you, Ronnie. You give that a really, really nice ride. Good to see the track racing nice and fair, but it's good to get on the board as a jockey on these really big days when you've got a good book of rides. The first couple of races, if you can get on the board, it's a real big confidence builder.
All right, the time for the first, 1:31.39, 1:31.39. They've run home in 35.25, 35.25. The numbers are up 14, 5, 8 and 11. Joe Eibel is the trainer and wins the first on a big day. Great thrill for yourself and the stable.
Yeah, definitely. To have a horse like this, very exciting. He just keeps getting better and better, and today was a tough run, and I think Zach said to me pre-race, you sit 3 deep without cover around Rosehill, good luck. It'll be hard to win, and he's done that and still got a lot to learn.
I read you've got your eyes on a Derby up north.
Yeah, that's been sort of in our minds, and we just want to see him keep taking the steps like he has, so he keeps doing this, we could well end up there.
Obvious step up in journey next start.
Yeah, definitely. This probably wasn't ideal coming back from the mile to the 15, but Zach gave me so much confidence in this horse when he rode him at Newcastle. He said he's a really, really nice horse, and I thought this was a nice step up in grade, but we'll probably look to get him up in distance next time.
And when did you start to think that he might be a promising young stayer?
12 months ago. Yeah, he's always shown something. It's just taken a long time, and Guyats, they're just beautiful horses. I wish I had 10.
You might get a couple more after that one.
No, thank you very much.
Good on you. Yes, the stallion Guyats will be represented here later today in a Rosehill Guineas with Observer. the colt for Godolphin. Kieran Maher and Craig Williams, same sire as the first winner here today. Zach Lloyd on the board. Guesthouse, he's riding the slipper. That time repeating in the first, 1:31.39, home in 35.25. And here's Corey with Zach.
Well done, Zach. You've got some really nice rides. It's good to get on the board early. Must have felt good.
Yeah, I hope I ride the rest of my rides a bit better than I rode him, but win's a win, and good to start early.
Still looks like he's still learning.
Very raw, yeah. Joe was he has a lot of faith in this horse, and he wanted to put him in some better races, but just think mentally he's not ready for them. Physically and probably ability-wise, he's ready for the better races, but mentally he's still a big baby. And even seeing today, I was trying to help him for as long as I could, but you can see in the only last 100 he really wound up. So he's a very nice horse going forward.
How's that track? Does it feel like it's going to improve?
Oh, most definitely. It felt the low side of a soft to me, but obviously my horse got over it quite well, but I don't think it's going to affect many runners today.
Well done.
Thank you, Corey.
And we're just about ready to go. Precise Air, any Manion Cup over 2,400 metres. There's the light. Juakibo the favourite, and the gates are back and they're off and racing. Well, there's a pretty good line out overall. Athabaskan gets back. Together with Tempesti and looking for the best of them. Juakibo there with Don Diego de Vega, Sam Hawkins, Sagante in the red cap. Palmetto going forward, Mr. Monaco, and changing of the guard is the widest runner, but Collett's committed to going on with it there. So in the early stages, Don Diego de Vega, Palmetto, they're putting the pressure on Juakibo. Meantime, changing of the guard is the widest and still pushing forward. Sagante took a sit in fifth. Mr. Monaco moves into a wider position with the trail. Then New Look on the inside as Sam Hawkins. Further back to Athabaskan, Cadavar. Campbellino, no cover early out 3 wide. Further back to Tara Mansour, Tempesti and Travolta is the last one. They've got a mile to go. Don Diego de Vega leads the way. Changing of the guard was able to clear the inside runners, and eventually Collett got it up to second. Juakibo's landed a great spot third behind the leader. Palmetto fourth, 1 out 1 back. And Mr. Monaco is all hot and bothered today. He'll really have to dig in deep. He's 3 wide now. On the outside of New Look, and Sagante's right there between them. Further back to Campbellino off the track, but has a back to follow in advance of Sam Hawkins and Athabaskan, Tara Mansour. Cadavar from Tempesti and Travolta is the last one. So Don Diego de Vega's minding his own business in front with 1,000 metres to go. By a length on changing of the guard, the favourite Juakibo has had a really soft run third. Then Palmetto, Mr. Monaco doing it tougher, although the first winner set out wide. Then New Look down on the fence, followed by Sagante. Campbellino with a nice trail into it. Further back to Tara Mansour, Sam Hawkins, Athabaskan down on the fence, and the last 3, Tempesti, Cadavar and Travolta sees them all. They've got 600 to go now in the Manion Cup. Don Diego de Vega in front, changing of the guards, really being roused along on the outside, a half length away. Then Juakibo, Palmetto under the pump. Further back, Mr. Monaco. New Look getting a nice rails run as they straighten up. Don Diego de Vega still a length in front of changing of the guard. New Look runs well. Juakibo called upon. Mr. Monaco still coming on the outside. They're right across the track. Mr. Monaco moved up with Juakibo. New Look the inside, and wide out now Travolta and Tara Mansour. It's Mr. Monaco and Juakibo. Tara Mansour late. Mr. Monaco, that's a big win. Mr. Monaco has beaten either Juakibo or Tara Mansour. Then New Look, Travolta, Athabaskan, Tempesti, changing of the guard. Then came Cadavar. The bubble burst today for Campbellino. Then Don Diego de Vega, Sagante, Palmetto and Sam Hawkins.
Big tough win from Mr. Monaco. He just kept coming. He wouldn't lie down. He had the toughest run in the race. He was trapped on a limb the entire trip, and then he settles down to fight it out with the stablemate, Juakibo. Late on the scene comes Tara Mansour, but Mr. Monaco, number 14, Zach Lloyd, a double. 2 races down. Zach Lloyd wins both. McDonald's about to appear on the scene though. His first ride coming up in race number 3. Mr. Monaco's first. Now we're waiting on the numbers to go up. There are no numbers in the frame, but he's won it, Ronnie.
Yeah, he has. So similar to the first, Zach Lloyd, and sits wide, no cover. excellent performance. And then the other horses out wide come at him here. You've got Taraman Soar and Joaquibo battling on there, and the bolter up the inside there, who's run a really good race. New Look, I think that was. But they're avoiding the fence here now, which is a big question mark. It's even things up here today, so we'll see what unfolds. But he's obviously an improver. The lightweight did help him, and he was just too good on the day.
It was a really good win, Ronnie. When you consider like the sectional times, they were going fairly slow up front. The front markers had it fairly easy, I thought. He sat wide. It was identical ride to the first race. I tend to agree. They might be favouring outside now.
Mr. Monaco, number 14. You're a hard man to find.
Sorry.
I should have looked at the winner's stall. What a tough run.
Super run, really. Our other horse, Juju, looked like it had the softer run and had everything in its way, but Monaco had to do it the tougher way, covered a bit of ground, but we knew it'd improve up to the 1.5 miles, but that was a strong win.
Onwards to the Sydney Cup.
Onwards to the Sydney Cup, and given how well he stayed today, he'd probably nearly just line up straight after this one, you would think.
What about the other horse, Joaquibo?
Juge, we'll just see. There is the option of backing up, running in the Chairman's. Both horses, they're going to strip pretty well. Hopefully get him with a nice weight, you would think, and both would run the 2 mile.
He doesn't surprise you, Mr. Monaco, the way he stays?
No, it was great. No, he doesn't. These imported horses, I thought he'd done a good job to win a race his first prep, and he's really furnished and developed and acclimatised, I suppose. And Louis Lemaitre, he had a bit to do with buying him. Blue Bloods in their colours, fantastic. And JP from up in Brisbane, he's put a bit in, so hopefully this is the one he needs.
Well done.
Cheers.
Kiramar. 14, 9, 8 and 4, 2:30.13 the race time, 35.84 the last 600 metres. Now before we get to Zach for the second time today, Tim Ryan, what price is Mr. Monaco now in the Sydney Cup?
Yeah, we made him an $8 chance. That's in from 11, so he sits on the second line of betting behind Soul of Spain, who is the $6 favourite. So $6 Soul of Spain and 3 equal second picks there. Campbell-Dino, the same price as him. He was favourite. We've just spun him out from 6 to 8. But a firm for Mr. Monaco, as Kieran said, likely to head straight towards the Sydney Cup.
Here's Corey with Zach.
Well done, Zach. Good tough win. 3 deep, no cover, but still boxed on well.
Yeah, he's a strong stayer. He went to the gates quite freely with me, so I didn't want to really begin and give him much of a message because I thought that could be a bit detrimental. So I tried to begin and just flow into a spot, but ultimately they sort of didn't go very quick and never really created many gaps for me. So I sort of had to ride what I was given, and he got into a lovely rhythm. Still a tough ask to do so, but no, he's a strong stayer.
2 miles, Sydney Cup?
Yeah, well, I think that's going to be right up his alley, considering he probably ran about 3,000 today, so he's ready to go.
Well done.
Thank you.
14, 9, 8 and 4, that's the Manion Cup. Back with the Epona next.
Ready to run in the Epona Stakes, 1,900 metres ahead of them. And they're off and racing. Overall, that's a good line out. And jumping well was Quietness. Kind Words out of the gates much better. Star Fisticated going up together with Placid Pearl slicing through. Machine Gun Gracie's out wide. Maisie pretty handy on the fence. So this is a good go for the lead. We've got 4 of the minute now. It's Quietness and Machine Gun Gracie going around the outside. And we'll get the spot outside the leader. Followed by Placid Pearl, Star Fisticated 4th. Followed by Maisie 5th, the Rouse, and Kind Words, Preliminary Reflect. Now the favourite out wide, 3 wide, Panito going to the back, but the first 2 winners today have been in 3 wide positions. Further back to Good Banter, then came Moving Out, sweltering there in the black cap. 2 after Sun Gift and California Grass, the last one. They sort out their order. Quietness leads the way. Machine Gun Gracie got the spot in second, the former Perth mare. Placid Pearl third on the fence, followed by Star Fisticated. Then came Maisie from Kind Words, Preliminary, Panito creeping closer out deeper. Then came Reflect to just ease his back a little bit. So Panito might get in and get some cover now down the side. Further back to Sweltering Good Bad and moving out Sun Gift. California Grass is the last one. So they race to the 750 metres. It's Quietness by 3/4 to Machine Gun Gracie. Then Placid Pearl, Sophisticated tugging along 4, followed by Maisie Kind Words. Palimnia's right there in the middle. McDonald has options to pull wide now. Panito, he does that now. The big white face of the mare Panito just balked a little bit behind Kind Words into the straight. And Machine Gun Gracie open fire on Quietness. Then Placid Pearl, Sophisticated. Palimnia creeping up behind them. Panito's not doing enough as Kind Words works into the clear. It's Machine Gun Gracie has broken clear. And Machine Gun Gracie, the great mare from the west, opens up a Sydney account by 2. Palimnia second, Placid Pearl third, then Quietness, Sophisticated, Good Banter. Further back to Maisie, Kind Words. The Panito bubble burst in a big way today. Then Sun Gift, California Grass, Reflect, Sweltering and moving out.
Machine Gun Gracie, Luke Curry for Ben Will and J.D. Hayes. Found exclusively in the yard by Corey Brown at on the World Pool $23.30. About $17 fixed odds. The Western Australia Oaks and Derby winner, Machine Gun Gracie. Now here in the East has won a Group 3 Epona Stakes. Preliminary is going to be second, number 7. 13 Placid Pearl is third. Fourth home, number 5, Quietness.
Wow, the different form was good there, but it was the Perth form really. So you've got to really show them a lot of respect when they come into town for the carnival, the Hayes boys. And this filly had the form on the board, steps up in distance. They weren't scared to bring her here and race her right-handed for the first time, and she's delivered. Real on-pace race, that one. They sort of really got soft sectionals, and they've all fought on courageously there. All those horses on the speed, even the long shot. So a little bit wary that they may have missed the boat there, a few of these boys out the back, and their leaders have got a picnic there and sprinted home too good. So come down to the tempo of the race. The bookie's got the lot there with the lay of the day, who seemed to cruise up around the turn, but like I said, those leaders just kept going.
Yeah, I totally agree, Ronnie. There was a little bit of pressure there for Luke Curry going into the first turn, but he let everyone just find their spot, and then he ambled across, set outside lead. They really backed it off in the mid stages. You could see there they were running mid-20, mid-13. So all honours with the winner. Great training performance for the boys.
Well done. How did you get this mare?
I know Justine is a trainer from WA, and she saw our facilities and thought it would really suit Gracie, so we're just very lucky in that regard that it got sent our way. And she's gone from strength to strength, and she's got plenty of upside. We always had a high opinion of her, and it's good to see her convert it here today.
What happened with that barrier extension? They still couldn't shut it.
She's a big girl. So we did ask for one, but hopefully next time we might actually not ask for one. It seemed to work pretty good today, exactly. So we might, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, what do you think a ceiling is? Where do you go?
She's got plenty of X factor. She's a lovely big horse when you see her. She's every bit of 17 hands. So we'll have a good chat and debrief with the team and the connections here over a few cold buns and enjoy today, and then work out where we're going, because I think a mare like of her calibre, we've got plenty of options.
Lovely to see Justine here celebrating as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I heard her at the 200 over the big crowd here, which was good, and just a huge thrill.
Great work.
Thank you.
Well done, Luke. She's a big unit, but gee, she won well.
Yeah, well, I see she was your pick of the yard, Brownie, so I thought we better get the job done.
You ended up outside lead, good running race.
Yeah, it's sort of where I sort of planned to be in Perth. She raced on speed and was really strong. Last time she was a bit sticky out first up at home, and just rode her quiet from there after a slow start. And so today she had the barrier extension on today because she's so big, she doesn't fit in the gate so well, and she gets very uncomfortable, and I thought that's what happened last time. So she still didn't begin the fastest, so I had to just give her a little nudge, but she got there and switched straight off, pricked her ears, and always travelled nice and kind, off a nice tempo, and she was always going to be hard to beat.
She ended up a Cups horse. She looked like she was stay or day.
So I was thinking on the way back.
Well done, bud.
You'd know better than me, though.
I think she's a Cups horse.
Great sprint for the 3-year-olds coming up. Here's the Darby Munro, Darren Flindell.
For a start in the Darby Munro, We're ready to go. And they're off and racing, and Beska was one of the first into stride. Beebman sent forward, Hidden Motive really starting to muster. Agerwood handed Belazane pushing on, followed by Skyhook camping behind. Nashville Jack, Regal Award and the Oranges very wide going into the first bend. A length and a half to Marath, slipping up on the inside is Space Rider. They're followed by State Visit, Wotan in the second half of the field. Marath back to third last. Cafe Florian racing inside that runner, and Conscience is last of all. Hidden Motive scooting along. Beebman got across to second and right on the bridle. Beska third from Belazane. Then came Agerwood. Skyhook is in sixth position, keeping Regal Award wide as they straighten up now. Hidden Motive leads the way by a length on Beebman. Then Beska, Belazane, Agerwood and the favourite Skyhook getting to the outside, 3 lengths away. Beebman really serves it up to Hidden Motive, and McDonald sends the heavily back Beebman to a narrow lead from Hidden Motive. Beska's coming off hills looking a threat. Agerwood's running on, and then Skyhook. Beebman being tackled by Beska. Agerwood, Cafe Florian's flying home, but Beska wins the Darby Munro. Beat either Agerwood or the fast finishing Cafe Florian. Close up Skyhook and Wotan. They got to Beebman in the last 50, followed by Marath, then Hidden Motive, Belazane, Regal Award. Further back to Space Rider, and a gap then to Nashville Jack, State Visit and Conscience.
A bolter has got up here, 80 to 1 on the World Pool, $76.30 and $17 the place. Beska, Damien Lane for Anthony and Sam Friedman. A near 100 to 1 pop, and they did better hundreds, has won on Golden Slipper Day. You've got Agerwood and Cafe Florian fighting out the minors, and there's not much in it when they draw to the post. Might be Agerwood, Cafe Florian right there.
Yeah, look, he has always been a horse loaded with talent that's been work in progress. I remember in Queensland over the Carnival, he started favourite against Cool Archie one day and then didn't come up in a couple of runs last prep. I think they gelded him and whatever, but first time round up the chute today and up the inside now. You see Beska come up on the inside, Cafe Florian charging along the inside there late. So the answer's a pineapple if you try and sort of make a comment about this track. But all honest, the winner, great ride, and yep, just too good for him.
Yeah, he was a great ride time, Ronnie, like you said. He just had to bide his time. Timmy Clark and wait to the speed to go, and then who's the rider? Damien Lane, sorry. Timmy Clark's on the outside in the red and white, but it was a great ride again. He just had to bide his time, wait till he got clear air. Once he got clear air, he didn't streak away from him, just chipped along, but Cafe Florian, pretty much a good thing beaten, I thought there, Ronnie.
On target, Cafe Florian, later in the Carnival. I think she's going to the Arrowfield. That is the Darby Munro. Anthony, what did everyone miss there?
Well, to be fair, it had run third in a Group 3 in Melbourne. Why it was $80, I don't know, but certainly still a bit of a surprise. The horse has got good talent, but he sort of does a lot wrong and makes a mess of a few races. But look, it all went for him today, and we were going to ride him a lot quieter than that, but he jumped really well, and Damien sort of changed tack. So look, he ran third in the kindergarten here last year, so maybe this works better for him, Sydney.
And started favourite against Cool Archie up in Brisbane too.
Yes, that's true, and I think soft ground probably helped. I think the bookies just put up a stupid price.
They got it wrong.
The punters are all happy. And
go and enjoy it.
Well done, Damien. Nice enough win.
Yeah, he was good. He did a bit wrong in his last start in Melbourne and cost him finishing a lot closer, so it's just nice for him to travel well, and when I asked him for the full effort that he put his mind on the job and put them away.
They go solid in the run?
Felt like it was just even. Quick early, then just got a nice breather mid-race, just enough that allowed us on-speed horses to stick on.
That track seems to be racing very fair. After the first couple of races we thought it was out and down the middle, but you're on the fence and seemed to hit the line well. Yeah,
I don't see a problem with the track. It's racing well. Obviously we stayed in then, the middle's good. Yeah, I think wouldn't overcomplicate things at this stage. Thank you.
Ready for the first of 5 Group 1s. The Ranvet and the gates are back. They're off. And Lindemann, as usual, reliable out of the gates and jump with his head in front. Trinity College is going to sit very handy. Aliana goes to third, Sedelius fourth. And Allow Cance with a change of ownership and colours at the moment is towards the rear of the field and towards the inside. So it's Lindemann in front by a length and a half. Trinity College in its slipstream second. Allow Cance is going right up on the inside and is making up a lot of ground by doing so. Allow Cance has got in front of Aliana now. He just wants to over race a tad in the early part, and Sir Delius had now dropped back to the tail of the field. Lindemann at the 1400 metres shows the way by a neat length on Trinity College. Allow Cance has crept right up on the inside going to third, but she's not in a controlling role today. Allow Cance a length further back to the hot favourite Aliana, and 2 further back to Sir Delius, who's been very patiently ridden by Craig Williams at the rear of the field. They've got close to 1200 metres to go, or well inside it now, and Lindemann in front by a length and a half to Trinity College. A neck back on the inside to Allow Cance, a length further back to the odds-on favourite Aliana, and 2 further back to the main danger Sir Delius, who still sits about 2.5 at the rears of Aliana as they go inside the 800 metres, and it's Lindemann doing his thing, rolling in the lead. Lindemann by a length and a half to Allow Cance and Trinity College. McDonald just biding his time at Aliana. Williams as well there on Sir Delius. They come up to the home corner now, and Lindemann in front by a length to Trinity College. Allow Cance under plenty of pressure. Now Aliana being stoked up, coming to the outside, and Sir Delius the widest into the straight, and Lindemann is giving a ton of cheek. 350 to go. Lindemann by 3. Now Aliana is starting to close in, and Sir Delius as well. It's Lindemann all out, and Aliana, this great mare, ranges up on the outside. 2 further back to Sir Delius has got the job. It's Aliana trying to beat off Lindemann. Aliana being lifted by McDonald, and he closes the first chapter on this historic day. Aliana, a narrow winner of the Ranvet Stakes, edging out Lindemann and Sir Delius. A gap back to Trinity College, and Allow Cance's last stand, and McDonald's done it.
Yes, just for a moment in time, just for a moment. How long that moment will be, we don't know. But they are together. Damien Oliver and James McDonald are equal on 129 Group 1 wins. Aliana, with the brilliance of McDonald, overpowers one of the eldest statesmen of racing, Nash Rawiller, who rode a brilliant race on Lindemann. He just kept getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Sedelius has run third. So everyone waits for the record now. It's not his at the moment. He shares it with Damien Oliver Duff. Which horse will bring up the 130?
Well, we can't wait to find out, and we're hoping it's today, that's for sure. So she was good. She needed that win. It'll do her the world of good. I thought she was going to really put him away once she eyeballed him, but he is just a tiger when Nash gets him to control like that and quicken. He knows when to quicken on him, Lindemann. I don't think anyone expected Sedelius to drop out last. I've never seen that happen before. So, a lot of merit in that performance again. So they're very tricky races, these 4 and 5 horse fields, and you've got to be, on your game. And Nash nearly got away with that one again, but she pulled enough out there, and he'll lose no admirers there, Sedelius.
They're very tactical races to ride in, Ronnie, and like you said, Nash up front is very, very dangerous when he can just get to do his own thing. Sectionally, he just run that race to win. Terrific effort by J-Mac. We'll dissect it tomorrow morning, but just that last 50, how he saved that little bit of the carrot just to throw her over the line. Gee, he's a top rider.
The biggest ovation on a Sydney racecourse since Winks as James McDonald comes back. He's only equalled the record. Wait till he breaks it. Congratulations, Chris. You and J-Mac now sit alongside TJ and George Moore. 54 Group 1s together.
Yeah, it's pretty special. We're all focused about today and not worrying too much about records. But, James is a great person to work with, and he makes my team's job complete. He's a great person to work with, and we're honoured to have a lot of good jockeys. He just about got beaten by a good jockey, Nash Rawiller, today, who rode a terrific tactical race and got Aliana out of her comfort zone that first half of the race where she was a bit keen, and James managed to switch her off, but gee, he was hard to get past.
Her first win since the Derby, but you knew it was there. You knew that greatness was still there in this mare.
For sure, yeah. Look, she hasn't gone missing. She hasn't quite matured, and she's just started to blossom now. So I'm sure it won't be the last Ranvet she wins. I think she can go on with it. And look, Star Thoroughbreds, they're great supporters of racing, and they'll allow her to be here next year. And who knows after that? Because yeah, she's a weight for age star. Now she's matured,
and now she'll try and prove her worth again in the Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, it's that or the Tancred. I've got to see how a few others go. She's won over the Derby distance, so see how today plans out. There's a few others that we've got to consider. I don't really want them all clashing, but we want to have the right runners in the right races.
But you've kept the backup in the back of your mind.
We have, yeah. It's not ideal, but yeah. I just want to see how Autumn Bow goes. Simple as that. Well, no, thanks.
Congratulations, J-Mac. That must feel relieving.
It is relieving, but proud of the horse. She was superb. Nash is a genius at just dictating those terms, and he just bluffed Damien into just sitting off and becoming awkward. And credit to him, his horse fought hard, and same with him. So take nothing away from our girl. She had to dig deep. She's been building towards that, and I'm just wrapped for Denise and the team, Star Thoroughbreds. They've got a really good mare on their hands, and they're going to have plenty more fun.
Was she caught a little bit flat-footed at the top of the straight?
Yeah, she was. It wasn't ideal. She'd be better with a bigger field, more tempo, obviously. But it just shows she's adaptable.
Well done, mate. You deserve it.
Cheers.
Which one of the favourites, Observer or Autumn Boy? And can McDonald break the record? Here's Darren.
Sky Racing, Rosehill Guineas time. There's the light. We're ready to go. The gates are back and they're off and racing. One step closer, taken back, and 5 of them have come out contesting the lead. Federalist, Observer, Bing Eye going up. Autumn Boy was there, but eases back to 4th. Victoria Spirit caught a bit deep. Deal Done Fast goes along the rails inside green space. And 1 step closer is last of all. So Observer in front. Bing Eye moves up on the outside and is going to serve it up to him. And Bing Eye Dots takes the lead now as they enter the back section of the course. Observer being restrained there by Williams, and hands up in second spot. Victorious Spirit moves up on the outside going to 3rd. Federalist 4th, and Autumn Boy is in a handy 5th position as the rain starts to fall for the first time today. Then Deal Done Fast on the inside of green spaces, and 1 step closer is last of all. 1200 to go. Bing Eye in front by a length to Observer in a clear 2nd. The Maiden Federalist 3rd. Victorious Spirit covering ground in 4th position. Just keeping Autumn Boy in a bit of a pocket at this point. A length into Deal Done Fast on the inside of green spaces, and 1 step closer last of all. So Bing Eye in the hands of Ben Mellum leads at the 900 metres by a length and a half to Observer. Victoria Spirit the outside, Federalist the fence, then Autumn Boy still in 5th. Then came Deal Done Fast from green spaces, and 1 step closer, peeling 3 wide to start a run. Approaching the turn, and Bing Eye leads the way by a length and a half to Observer. Then Federalist. Victoria Spirit's got Autumn Boy in a pocket as 1 step closer moves up on the outside. Approaching the turn, Bing Eye, Observer, Victoria Spirit 1 step closer, and Autumn Boy. McDonald's just eyeing off a gap, looking for it now. Bing Eye leads at the 300 metres. Observer stoked up by Williams giving chase, and McDonald said, "Go on, Autumn Boy!" And Autumn Boy moved up at the 250. Put pay to Observer, Bing Eye. Further back then to green spaces, running on, but it's Autumn Boy clearing the Rosehill Guineas. This is a win that'll live forever for James McDonald. 130 Group 1 winners, and what a performance. Green Spaces 2nd, I think Observer 3rd, then 1 step closer Federalist, further back to Bing Eye, a gap 2, Deal Done Fast, and last end was Victoria Spirit.
2 Group 1s down, both going to James McDonald. He equalled it, then he broke it. Damien Oliver's record is gone. James McDonald is the new holder of the Group 1 record for jockeys in Australia, 130. He does it on Autumn Boy, and as typical as McDonald gets, Look where he was in the run. He gave Autumn Boy the perfect passage. That's why he's ridden 130 Group 1 winners throughout his career. And now he and Waller go past the legends, TJ Smith and George Moore, in combined Group 1 victories. The new record holder, 130 career Group 1s. And they're not just in Australia, they are all over the world. But for good measure, on Australian soil, that is James McDonald's 100th Group 1 victory. So 100 in Australia, 130 worldwide. Here he is, the record breaker, James McDonald.
James, I know it's relief, but we're witnessing greatness. From humble beginnings, you wanted to be a dairy farmer. You've just been the most winning jockey of Group 1s in Australia.
Yeah, thank you. I think I can go dairy farming now.
You probably can go dairy farming now, I think, but is it relief? How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's obviously, it's been a big build-up, but a very enjoyable one. I'm very humbled by all the support, all the kind words that have been said. But look, let's not beat these. I ride the best horses in the country. I'm lucky to have the support of all trainers throughout the land, and I can't do it without the greatest support crew I can only wish to have. So, and Guesty and Toddy and my family, pretty special to have my brother here with my kids, and yeah, pretty cool.
They are all here today. You're looking forward to going and giving them all a big hug?
Yeah, for sure. It's yeah, like I say, I'm a very lucky man, and yeah, it's just, I'm in a sport that I absolutely adore and love competing, and I'm so lucky to have John O'Shea to bring me over when I was a kid and treat me like his son, and he's without him I wouldn't be here today.
Not going back dairy farming yet?
I might. It's been a big build-up, you know. I might tell you what, it'd be a lot less pressure.
Are you relieved?
Oh, of course I'm relieved, but like everyone spoke about it during the week, I didn't come to the races wanting to ride or break the record. I wanted to come here and ride winners, and the rest would look after itself. But it's never been at the forefront of my mind. Yes, it's been at the back of my mind, but I come here to do a job, and then I'll go home a happy man to my girls.
Still as hungry as ever?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get to 200, you watch.
All right, I'll be there. Well done. 200.
Can she do it and make it 11 out of 11 and give McDonald and Waller a clean sweep of the Group 1 so far today? They're going for 3. He's the rider.
Down by the George Ryder of 2026, and the gates are back. They're off and racing. Nepotism out the back, and Bivox jumped out pretty well together with Pericles, and right up there is Linebacker trying to hold a lot of them out. Autumn Glow in the thick of the action. This is a keen go. Yorkshire's right off the track. Further back to Headley Grange, Lady Shenandoah, Gringotts, then Attica, followed by Nepotism and Endcaps last of all. There's plenty happening up front going into the first turn, and Bivox is really building up the revs, and Adam Hieronymus takes Bivox to the front. Yorkshire will hand up now in second, taking the trail, followed by Evaporate third in front of Linebacker. Lady Shenandoah back on the inside of Autumn Glow. So the hot favourite is running midfield, one off the fence. Further back then to the 3-year-old Attica, parked on the inside at Gringotts. Further back then to Pericles from Nepotism, Headley Grange and Endcaps last of all. Bivox leads by 2 lengths, 600 to go. From Yorkshire then came Evaporate, Linebacker. Lady Shenandoah's locked up on the fence by the stablemate, and now Autumn Glow is peeling, and McDonald puts the champion mare into the race as they turn into the straight, and Bivox leads the way by 3 on Yorkshire and Autumn Glow. She's really starting to cut loose now, and Autumn Glow in a bound moved up to take the lead away from Bivox. Lady Shenandoah's running on well on the inside. Gringotts working into the clear, but Autumn Glow's broken away. 11 out of 11. Perfect. action. Absolutely flawless. Autumn Glow beats Gringotts, and third Pericles, followed by Lady Shenandoah. Further back to Bivark, then came Headley Grange. Next in was Evaporate from Linebacker, NCAP Yorkshire, and Nepotism last in.
You can describe her any way you want. However she makes you feel, describe her like that. She's just perfection. She's never been beaten. That's 11 out of 11. And she forms part of this historic making day for that man, James McDonald, who points at that horse. It is becoming a bit Winx-like. It really is. That's how she used to destroy Ryder fields. Now, if that was the best field she's raced against, she's toyed with them. Now, Chris Waller has a very, very big decision to make.
We do. I'm always pleased when I get to chat to James, but even more so when he's just gone 11 from 11 on Autumn Glow. What a darling.
Yeah, superb word for her. Chris did say during the week you'll see something special, and that we did.
How does she rate in terms of the horses that you've sat on and the good horses?
It's probably number 2.
Is there another one on top there, Romantic Warrior?
Yeah, it'd be hard to pass him just yet, but Romantic's my man, and she's my girl at the moment. She's heading in the right direction though. With performances like that, it's phenomenal, and she just does it so easily. It's just scary how good she could be, and she's only getting better, this horse, I'm telling you.
Can you enjoy this moment now?
I can breathe now, because she was an important one, because she's as you know, Ellie, she's got a huge fanfare now, and she deserves it, and that's what we're gravitating to. Like, the fans here are turned up to see her today, let's face it, and Chris has done a wonderful job.
And you, pressure is privilege, I heard you say once.
Yeah, that went out the window today. I was thinking, oh, Dad, what have we got myself? Dairy farming's a lot easier.
No, we're not letting you go dairy farming yet. What do you think next?
Yeah, I really like my chances in the slipper. She's on a nice gate. If the rain comes, it won't hurt him. It's if he can get an economical trip in transit, he'll be in the finish.
Take a breath and go and enjoy your fans, eh?
Yeah, cheers.
It's turning out to be a very good day.
It's a very good day. We've been standing up and getting involved, that's for sure. And a lot of hard work goes into it. Days and weeks and months of planning, and just to try and get everything right on the day. It's hard to do, but we've got an awesome team, and from the jockeys to track riders to the ground staff to my office staff, like, it's just a massive team that we're so proud of, all of us.
You've been spoilt with the horses you've had.
Yeah.
How does she make you feel?
I wouldn't say reborn, but we're sort of at it, like it's sort of reinventing itself again, that similar type of feeling, but such a long way to go to get into the same sentence as Winx. But look, all she can do is win. I'm going to treat her as she is, forget Winx, this is Autumn Glow, and do the best we can managing her career.
Go the 2026 Golden Slipper being run in light rain. Stand by. We're ready to go. The crowd ready to give them a big roar, and off they jump now on the slipper, and Paradoxian jump brilliantly wide out, searching for the lead. Closer to Free goes out with it, and Streisand's right there as well. They're followed by Spicy Miss pushing through inside Music Time, and Pembrey couldn't get across. Pace is very strong in the early part. Fireball Parks behind. Warwoven 3 wide from Stratton Ruler, followed by Guest House. Cheyenne the outer. Hedrick's lost a length at that point, followed by Zambales, and back towards the rear of the field as Campion d'Italia, and up ahead of that is Chic as they travel to the turn. Closer to Free, really pushing on the outside of Streisand and Paradoxium deeper out. Then came Spicy Miss, Music Time, Pembrey, and Warwoven as they straighten up, and the front runner now is Closer to Free, coming off the fence, going up the inside of Streisand from Paradoxium, Music Time, Spicy Miss. Guest House is running on behind them, just needs some clear running, going coming up the inside. Streisand, Music Time. Guesthouse bursting up the inside. Guesthouse moves up from Music Time. Streisand, Guesthouse won the slipper. Guesthouse beats Streisand. Photo third, Music Time, and wide out Campion d'Italia. Then came Stretton Ruler from Fireball the inner. Hedrick, Spicy Mess. Further back to Warwoven from Zambale, Cheyenne, Pembrey, Paradoxium from Incognito, then closer to Free and Shaky.
Zach Lloyd, the biggest win of his career. On a day where it's all been about James McDonald, this young man is the heir apparent. Zach Lloyd has won the slipper on Guesthouse for Mick Price and Michael Kent Jr. After many years of trying, Mick Price has finally won it. Zach Lloyd says, have a look at me. He'll beat Streisand, and I think Music Time has run third for Gratzvella and Pierre Boudvillain. 8 has run third, that is Music Time. So Guesthouse turns the tables on Streisand from the Blue Diamond. It is Guesthouse beating Streisand and Music Time, and I think J-Mac might have just given Zach Lloyd a pat on the back, pulling up. Guesthouse, Roddy, your top selection in the Golden Slipper. The most open Golden Slipper in years has gone to Guesthouse.
Yeah, he come out on the back foot, he stayed cool, he got a little bit tightened up early, but his patience won the day, and then he just trusted himself and just weaved with the gaps open, and away he goes. So let's go to Ali to talk to, who's had a big day, Zach Lloyd.
Oh, Zach, I'm so pleased for you, and you just got a hug from J-Mac too. That must feel even better.
I know, it's no, that's unbelievable. For him to be the first to congratulate me after a day like he's had today is yeah, very special. I'll try to get a photo of that.
It's a historical day for you too, though, your first Golden Slipper.
Yeah, massive thanks to Mick Price and Michael Kent Jr. for the ride on him. He's just looked like a very good colt from his first outing. Look at him, he's got a great demeanour. Yeah. But he's been a bit tricky, but it all worked out very nicely today. I was quickening too well at this straight, and I was trying to find a gap, but luckily he was going that well. He made one, and yeah, he's done that quite dominantly.
Sometimes they just open, don't they? How does it feel to be riding in such strong company on a day like today and to ride your third winner?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I'm just very happy to be riding these type of horses and being able to get the job done. So yeah, I'm very happy. And to my dad and my mum, I wouldn't really sort of be the jockey I am, or half the person I am without them. So no, very happy, Ellie.
I know how much they mean to you. Can you give James a shake one day?
I'm not sure. He rides too many rockets, but I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and yeah, we'll see where that takes me.
It's been a pleasure to watch you grow as a jockey and to have such a wonderful win here. Well done.
Thank you so much, Ali.
Okay, it's impossible to find Mick Price or Michael Kent Jr. I've got him. Here he comes, Michael Kent Jr. Congratulations, you and Mick Price have done it.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm very excited, but I'm just so wrapped for Mick Price. You know, he's come very close in this race, and it's a bloody hard race to win. And you know, what a colt. He's such a robust 2-year-old type, and he didn't just win by a small margin. He blew them away really he got a long way back, further than we thought. And love Zach Lloyd, you know, he just comes out into the mounting yard with such an air of confidence. He knew it on the right horse, and he just summed it up so beautifully. But yeah, credit to all our staff back at home. It takes a lot of work to get these good colts, these good races. Wrap for the owners. We've got our half, of course, and we've got the roll of dice half, and yeah, it's just bloody exciting, isn't it?
Was he a hard horse to keep up after the Diamond to get here to the slipper?
Not at all. No, that's very easy, that part of it. He's a very robust horse. He never leaves a note. He's a very sound animal, but the trick's been his brain. As you've seen, his 3 starts prior, he's had to face adversity. He's been keen, he's been wide, he's missed the start, he's got things wrong terribly. Zach got along with him really well today, and the addition of the crossover noseband and the pace being on, it's the first time we've seen him settle properly, have clear air, have nothing go terribly wrong, and you could see how strong he was at the 1200 off a fast tempo. So we thought he'd win a Group 1 at some point, but to win the slipper, well, his job's done, so to speak. You know, what a result.
And for your career, this has to be the pinnacle so far?
Yeah, I suppose so. We've won a Golden Rose and a Golden Eagle up here as well, which have been big days, but in terms of making stallions, there's none bigger race.
So you've got the golden treble.
The golden treble, we'll call it that. That's a good one. But yeah, no, just very thankful. I'm very lucky to be with Mick Price. You know, he's given me a wonderful opportunity, and I'm very lucky to be where I am.
Well, Rosehill's partly your home now. You've set up a stable here. So this makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it, setting up stable here in Sydney?
That's the whole reason for these carnivals. So we've got 18 boxes here. Thanks to the ADC for allowing us to be here, and headed by Ben Elam, done a wonderful job. The horses look immaculate, the system runs very well, and it's these big days that make it all worth it.
Yeah, congratulations. Go and enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Michael Kent Jr. will catch up with Mick Price. And also Zach Lloyd when he comes back, although you've already heard with him with Ali. He is being swamped here by the ownership group. Young Zach Lloyd on a day where McDonald takes all the headlines. Zach Lloyd sits alongside him on Golden Slipper Day, having won the big one.
$3.60 Briasso, $6.50 Hedged, $7.50 Bridal Waltz, and $8.50 Mahuna.
Here's Darren.
Wrong standby. Off now in the Galaxy, away they go in. Rich was last out into Striker Jump well together with Bridal Waltz moving up. Mahuna's right there together with Marzua, and they're followed by the Black Cloud on the inside of Hedge. Briassa's got work to do out wide, followed by In Flight. Then came in Rich from Infancy, Generosity. 2 lengths last of all is Jetabil. Going on with the job, Marzu gets down to the rails to lead. From last year's slipper winner, Mahuna parked the outside. Hedge's pushing through on the rails, going to third on the inside of a Striker. Bridal Waltz is the one out 3 wide. Briassa's on its back, followed by In Flight, the Black Cloud, the fence. Then came Generosity from Infancy and Richton Jetabil. Marzu swings the corner in front by 2. On Hedge to Mahuna. Bridal Waltz wider out. A Striker's going back towards the inside with the Black Cloud. Briassa's on the outside. He's starting to put in. It's Marzu under siege from Hedge. Then Mahuna. Bridal Waltz. Briassa's in for it out wide, and Generosity's very late. Briassa wide out. Marzu's fighting. Mahuna. Jetabil. Where to look? Mahuna, I think's won it. I think Mahuna. Jetabil stormed through the middle. Marzu there. Briassa wide out, and Generosity. What a finish to the Galaxy. Hedge has only been beaten a neck. Then Bridal Waltz, followed by the Black Cloud. Further back to a Striker from Enriched In Flight. And that's just about the end of the section. Jetabil with them.
What an amazing finish. I think last year's slipper winner has won the Galaxy. Mahuna stretched across the track. Marzu hedged. Mahuna, Jetabil, Briassa, Generosity. Mahuna's head goes down and she's won it. Last year's slipper winner has won the Galaxy.
Well done, Karen. What a return for both of you.
Yeah, it was nice. When Michael rang me, I was pretty pleased to get on her. Obviously, winner of the slipper this time last year. She'd only beaten a Pimple first up behind Generosity, and you know we were happy with her. And Michael said, "Look, just be confident that she's going to enjoy the conditions. She loves it around here." And we got across outside of Marzu. She travelled well, and I must admit she was a little bit labourish through the first part of the straight, but to her credit, when I asked her for more, she gave more, and last 50, I was like, oh, I'm getting there now. that was nice surprise.
Tough filly and a tough jockey, I reckon.
Well, yeah, it's nice to win a big one on a big day. Only a few weeks back from injury, so it's pleasing. Like I said, being able to ride light is a real bonus for me, but it's nice of Michael to throw me the colours, and yeah, good to get the win on her for them.
It's a lot of work to get back though in the saddle, isn't it?
Yeah, like it took a little bit. I had a good healing process, and just staying fit and ready, and you know it's good to get a big winner because it'll just help the momentum, and you know I'm enjoying it, so that's great.
Always a pleasure to watch you.
Thank you, mate.
Well done.
The Golden Slipper winner's back.
Yeah, what hoodoo, eh? Well done, thanks, mate. Thank you.
A Group 1 on Golden Slipper Day. It'll be always remembered as her day, Mahuna, now.
Look, you know, I mean, I know there's been plenty of slipper winners that haven't sort of gone on with it for various reasons, but she's incredible. She's just got such an incredible will to win. I thought maybe at the 200-metre mark we were going to get steamrolled by a few of those others, but she just doesn't like them getting past her, and what a filly.
Is there something about Rosehill with her?
I suppose you'd have to say she's won 2 Group 1s here now. So.
Yeah, but all of her runs here have been so good.
Yeah, and look, to be fair, I thought her run at Ranvet the other day against Chris Waller's filly or mare was excellent too. I was a little surprised she was sort of where she was in the market. I worked her on Tuesday. I thought her work was terrific. I thought under the handicap conditions at 52 and a back today, she'd give it a hell of a shake. So I'm thrilled for Emirates. I mean, she's an awesome filly, and you know, I'm hoping they'll agree to race her on as a 4-year-old mare and maybe the Everest in the spring.
Why not?
Yeah,
you've got to start thinking about it.
Absolutely.
Do you think about the TJ straight away?
Yeah, I definitely just see how she pulls up, as every trainer says after a horse wins. But if she pulls up well, I'd be keen to give her a crack. Why not?
Yeah. You think she can get better?
She's very lightly raced. That was only her 8th career start. She's a 2-time Group 1 winner from 8 starts. So she hasn't been punished. There's hopefully still plenty of racing in her. So who knows, maybe she can.
What a tough girl.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good on you.
Thanks.
Go racing in the last. Good line out. Modi Supreme last out though. Inkaruna's jumped all right. There's plenty of pressure here. Arriving home, Spring Lee, Cosmonova out wide, and Asgard is handy. Then Coco Jambu, and the favourites pretty well positioned. Inkaruna staying one off the fence and slicing through into a more forward roll. Then came Lady Extreme, more territories the outer. 2 further back to Terra Star on the outside of Catch the Glory. Then came Within the Law from Membo, Modi Supreme, and Wee is back last of all. Spring Lee heads them up racing to the turn by a length on Cosmonova. Then came Arriving Home inside Asgarda. Coco Jambu 3 wide on the outside of the favourite Inkaruna. Then came More Territories. Lady Extreme hugging the fence. Into the straight, and Spring Lee's going well in the lead. Opens up by 3 lengths on Cosmonova. Then Arriving Home. Inkaruna goes back to the inside. 4 off the lead. 2:50 to go. And Spring Lee giving a good sight, but Inkaruna starting to close in. Modi Supreme's closing in on the inside, and Catch the Glory. Spring Lee in front. Inkaruna off heels, and Catch the Glory wide out. Spring Lee, Catch the Glory, Inkaruna, they hit it. Catch the Glory got there. Catch the Glory ahead to Inkaruna. Spring Lee 3rd. Then Lady Extreme from Within the Law running on. Modi Supreme got its chance, followed by Arriving Home, then Terra Star. Wee, Cosmonova, More Territories, Asgarda and Coco Jambu.
What a good mare she is, Catch the Glory. First emergency for the Galaxy. Might have been a blessing to get into this race, the birthday card. A Group 3. She went out as a winner of the Group 3 Warra. She comes back and she wins first up in a Group 3 here on Slipper Day. Catch the Glory. Adam Hieronymus and Jason Coyle beat Inkaruna, Spring Lee, and then Lady Extreme back to the inside, just in front of Within the Law, and then the roughie Terra Star.
Well, she run 1200 all right, that's for sure, but given a lovely patient ride by Adam Hieronymus, she's been trailing up well, and he's done a really good job with the Jason Coyle, so she delivers the goods here, and I don't think the favourite had too many excuses here. Presented at the right time with the right run, right part of the track, and was just outgunned late by a well-prepared mare.
Great training performance, Ronnie, and another great ride there by Adam Hieronymus. He had to wait to the end of the day to get one over the line in front, but he gave it a terrific ride, obviously back, weaved his way through the field, found a bit of clear air at about the 200 metre mark, and geez, she was tough through the line, and like you said, 1200, no problem.
Jason Coyle, at the end of the day, that was worth waiting for.
Yeah, definitely. It was a shame this morning not getting a run in the Galaxy, given that 10 horses hit the line together. Yeah. I think she would have been pretty competitive, but nice consolation today.
Yeah, you always talk her up. You're very high in praise for her.
Oh, she's a beauty. She tries hard. She'll go home. She'll eat. She does everything right. She's easy to train.
Great thing about that, you've gone out a winner, a Group 3 winner. You've come back a Group 3 winner. She went out in form. She's come back looking even better.
Yeah, like I said, easy to train good horses. It's nice to have her back in the stable. Great owner support. 2 Group 3s is nice, and I don't think we've quite found the top of it yet.
So what are you going to look for?
Yeah,
well, looking at the Galaxy.
Yeah, I know what I was looking for first up, but yeah, well, yeah, the old cliche, take her home, make sure she's all right, and she's got better races in her.
Well done.
Thank you.
Jason Coyle. About to get Adam Hieronymus back to scale after the last three, the winner. Catch the Glory, Jason Coyle, Adam Hieronymus. Number 10 has run second, Inkaruna, Anthony and Sam Friedman and Tim Clark. Favourite second. 13 was third, Spring Lee, Bjorn Baker and Rachel King after trying to lead throughout. Fourth home was 14, Lady Extreme. No time posted just yet. Longhead by a half length. That ends the day. So disappointment for Jason Coyle that she didn't get a run in the Galaxy. He had a spot on. He settles for a Group 3 birthday card, winning the last. Track ended up a soft 6. It was improving to a good 5 by the Guineas, but then light rain fell and we just went back into the 6. So we'll get an update on the track and what they're going to do for next week and Tancred Day. Here's Corey with Adam.
Well done, Adam. I was suspect at 1200, but she got it well.
She did, and Jason wouldn't have put her in this race if he didn't think she'd be able to execute it first up, because it was a bit unknown. But obviously he put a good trust in Jason. You know, he's here for a reason, and we know how to ride her. Jason's so easy to ride for. He knows his horses and how they need to be ridden, and it just needed to be executed really well, and it was.
Well done.
Thank you.